Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto update. And today, I'm gonna be giving you guys my overview of what is going to happen to XRP tomorrow. Now, to give you guys a really quick answer, April 19th, XRP holders / John Deaton's motion to intervene into the lawsuit will be filed. How do we know this? What is this about? Well, as you can read right here on April 5th, a federal judge in the United States has granted a motion by the XRP holders to intervene in a lawsuit against Ripple Labs by the US SEC. The judge gave the token holders until April 19th to submit their motion to intervene in the high-profile case. This basically means tomorrow there's going to be a document. And what do those documents look like? Well, basically something along the lines of this right here. It's going to be a document, no hearing, no thing on the phone, nothing like that. It's going to be John Deaton on behalf of at least 11,000 others explaining why they think they were misrepresented or why the SEC basically did stuff wrong for them. The SEC's mission is to protect investors. They haven't done that. And also because, well, the SEC doesn't have the best interest for XRP holders. Ripple doesn't have the best interest for XRP holders. Only the XRP holders have it, so he wants to intervene. Now, as of the first point, I believe it was actually declined. Please, guys, do not quote me on this because I'm not a lawyer. I've just read into it a little bit. And it says here that it was first rejected in the first instance, but later on fixed. That's at least the first thing that I could basically find here. And I also know that there was quite some commotion about this in the first, couple of days after it was filed for the first time. But I believe, they just refiled it, and then a couple of days afterwards, a couple of days afterwards, I guess, they refiled and everything pulled through. So they were allowed by the court to intervene, at least to put a motion to intervene up. This does not mean they can actually intervene just quite yet. They just got the motion granted. They're going to post that, I believe, tomorrow. That's again in a couple of hours. They have until tomorrow to do it. They could also post it today, I believe, but they could also, most likely just tomorrow. And quote, the court has reviewed the parties and proposed interveners letters. Accordingly to proposed interveners, requests for leave to file a motion to intervene is granted, said the judge Annalisa Torres of the Southern District of New York in a letter on March 29th. So let's quickly check that date out as well. Here you can see the dates that are coming up really shortly here. The court has reviewed the parties, yada, yada, yada. The proposed basically got the file. This is actually difficult freaking wording, man. It's English, guys, not my first language. I'm trying my best here. The proposed intervener's request for a leave to file a motion to intervene is granted by April 19th, which is going to be tomorrow. They have to file this motion by May 3rd. Plaintiffs shall file its opposition papers and defendants shall file their response papers, if any. Again, there's 2 weeks in the midst here. And then 2 weeks later, John Deaton and the gang basically can come back in and give their response to that response. Now, guys, quickly, if you haven't done so already, make sure you press the freaking like button. And, of course, we're almost at 100,000, so make sure you subscribe. I also have a question, though. Do you think Ripple is going to be winning this lawsuit? Let's just quickly ask it like that. Do you think Ripple will win? I personally really firmly do think so. However, John Deaton is also on the freaking case. He is not just only going to be writing a report like this and then be done. No, this man is solely, I guess with some help, but really on his own as well over on Twitter, with the digital asset investor and a couple other guys, really figuring out everything that is quote-unquote odd by Ethereum and by Bitcoin and the way that the US SEC basically regulated them. There's just a lot of loopholes here. There's a lot of things which don't add up, and that's all being found out right now. That's literally what he's been posting about all freaking day here, almost every day. One thing he also says here is taking a break from working on the legal papers to be filed Monday, which basically says he's going to file it Monday. I just had a thought. If we went our motion to intervene, it would be awkward considering how critical I've been of the SEC. So I intend to bring a gift with me to pass out in court. A box of oranges. I think that was pretty funny. Just a little funny thing right here. Even though the whole lawsuit deal is actually not that funny at all. It's really freaking strange in my opinion if you start to think about the way it's going. Bitcoin and Ether were decided behind closed doors. And once more, here you can see kind of a start of the proposition, right? Let's quickly see where we had that. The proposition basically also talks about how the US SEC basically cost us money instead of helped us out. Like the price went from, let's say, 55 cents to about 23 cents. Just an example. I'm not exactly sure what it came down to. But that is really odd though, right? The SEC were to actually do stuff like that when their core mission is to help us out. And that's also part of what John Dean is going to be vouching for here, just quickly explaining, hey, it's really strange what you're doing here. And I believe also he wants to kind of bring the point up that Ethereum and Bitcoin, they've been decided in such a strange fashion. Why not XRP? And why is XRP's verdict so strange? Why the lawsuit like this? He wants some answers too. I mean, Ripple wants them too, yes, but John Dean is also fighting on the side. It's basically, again, going to be kind of a 2v1 against the SEC is kind of what I'm feeling from that. This website, by the way, cryptolaw.us, might be a handy source if you're looking for some info on the lawsuit, specifically the motion to intervene and specifically what John Dean has been up to. Not trying to shamelessly plug his website, I guess, because I have no help in that. I'm just saying there's a couple of articles on here which you might find interesting. At least I sometimes do find it interesting. And that is why I am, from here to there, just updating myself about the blog here, about what important things they're posting. Not every single day, obviously. I'm not posting everything, or sorry guys, reading everything. But I do check here from time to time, at the top mostly. Just the important headlines that you can see right here. And the reason I think that is quite important is because the lawsuit, in my opinion, reflects the price quite strongly. So if the lawsuit goes positively, you'll see a surge happening. We also got another important date coming up on the 22nd, which is going to be the SEC's motion to strike Ripple's lack of due process and fair notice affirmative defense, which is going to be due on Thursday of this week. But then again, is a story for in a couple of days, or maybe I'll talk about that even later. I basically think if this is going to be positive and this one's going to be positive, we'll just spike. Let's quickly talk about the price here, what I think is going to happen. So we were basically saying, right, like we did back here, the price is going to most likely come back down a little bit, basically retest, and then come back upwards as we move towards the 19th. Most likely continue on upwards if we actually spike by having a positive document filed, which basically means a good document filed. We will go up further. And then towards the 22nd, which is actually a negative day, we don't know if it's going to end up being a negative day, but it's from a logical perspective, it should be a negative day. By the way, my MacBook fans are just blazing out of proportion. That's pretty funny. Should be a negative day, the 22nd, so we're going to go down. And then if this date is positive in the end, we're going to skyrocket further. Now, what in hindsight kind of happened is we went down like expected, we retested, and we actually broke down through it because Bitcoin went down a little bit. And that's basically scenario number 2 here, which we also expressed for the 12th, where another document was filed, where it's basically going like this, right? We fall back down, let's say just like this, we fall back down, retesting previous levels, then most likely come back up a little bit again. It's kind of what you're seeing right here, right? Come back up again and retest even lower levels if need be. Again, you can kind of see our plan from back there is now just one layer up though, right? Hopefully you guys are getting that picture a little bit. There's a lot drawn in here, but that's because I don't like to delete stuff. I like to just keep it as real as possible with you guys, what we were thinking, what our thought process is right now. We had two chances, basically, two scenarios. In this case, it was bullish. In this case, it is bearish. This case, it was actually backed by Bitcoin going positively. And, again, the 12th is when the date was, right? So here, the date happened, things were positive, and things start to spike upwards. We right now might have to expect the same thing. We're going towards that date. It's turned negative because of Bitcoin. It's going to climb back up a little bit. If it's positive, though, we're going to see quite a huge spike, unless Bitcoin, again, kind of puts a little foot in front of it. And then, again, the 22nd is going to be another date where we're going to have to just watch it closely, see what type of information we find out, see what type of situation is going on with Bitcoin mostly, and then give ourselves some new prediction or some time to quickly react to the current circumstances. As of this point, though, I am pretty bullish on most of what is happening right now. If we're going to be completely honest, I don't see any really negative things around the corner. Like, this is a positive date. This will most likely turn out to be positive, so it's all pretty good. And again, if it turns out to be a good motion, yeah, we're going to see most likely quite a little bit of a spike as well again. By the way, guys, Bybit is the platform I'm trading on right now, if you were wondering. So, again, if you were wondering, go check it out. The link is down below. There's some cool competitions coming up soon, some cool giveaways and cool stuff on there. Let me quickly close it now. Maybe that will help my computer with the freaking fan spinning like mad, like crazy. And I also saw this. Crypto Eddie posted, the Gensler vote was 53 yays and 45 nays. No vote 2. Only 3 Republicans voted yay. Not too sure about the whole situation in the US, guys, so please don't quote me on any of this one. But she basically asked, did any of you do even research or just vote no to be part of the herd? I do wonder about that sometimes. In these types of sentences, why would people vote no against him coming in, right? Like, what are they knowing that we don't, or why would they actually be against it? Like, what type of negative thing could we think about Gary Gensler, except for the fact that he's going to properly regulate crypto, most likely in a positive sense, because he is adoptive of it, he knows it, and he definitely thinks as well that technology is good. Maybe that's what they're against. I'm not really sure, but then again, I'm also not really a politics guy, so don't, again, quote me on any of that. And here was some more stuff about the lawsuits, basically some more dates. Here's kind of a more broad overview about the dates. The new hearing date for the SEC case, which is thought to change the course of crypto, money market, and Ripple, has been announced. Defendants will give the defense on April 12th. Later, on May 14th, a report on the issue will be posted by the SEC. The reply to the report will be published by the SEC given June 4th. So these are other more important dates, May 14th and June 4th. There have been some dates which have switched, by the way, but I don't think that's any of these. It's basically, yeah, no, maybe this date and this. I'm not exactly sure. Some dates have kind of switched up to actually line on the same one. I believe, however, that it's this day right here, more May 14th. Now they have two things coming up on that date instead of one. However, that's all for the future. The discovery period for the case will end on August 16th. So the soonest that will most likely completely settle is August 16th. But then again, I think that's still kind of too early as a date. Although no official statements has been made yet, it is expected that the discovery process will be extended, most likely. For this reason, analysts state that the case will not be concluded in 2021, which is definitely freaking possible. And here you can see James K. Fillon posting, briefing schedule for motion to dismiss agreed upon and proposed by parties. Then you can see a little section right here. When will Ripple case be concluded? People are expecting first couple of months in 2021. In the end, we do not really know. All we got is this to go out from, but then again, it's just the dates again regarding the discovery and when it's going to basically end and some important dates. But then again, we will just see as time moves on, guys. As we don't have everything just quite yet, the motion to intervene from tomorrow is going to be the next most important thing. And as we get more dates, I'll announce more dates and I'll announce more updates. But again, this from tomorrow, most likely going to be a really positive thing, as he basically just coming in with a document explaining why he wants to enter the lawsuit, why he thinks the SEC has really not done their job properly, why they've lost his money and all of that. There's more about it right here. According to the motion, XP holders had lost out on $15 billion after the SEC announced it was commencing proceedings against Ripple. This saw XP prices fall from 58 cents to 21 cents by December 2020. Though prices have recovered some ground since that date, it's still something really crazy that they did. Also, I don't know if he's gonna, but it might come back down to the exchanges as well. As a result, a lot of exchanges actually got rid of it. That's all mostly due to the SEC and their faults. It's just been really freaking strange how this is all going along. But yeah, that was it for today's update. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned something new. Make sure you press the like button and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video.